So I got a follow-up for you in regards to Dodge and its return to NASCAR. Plus, we're going to do a recap of the Xfinity and Truck Series race and get ready for today's Cup race in Atlanta, which, as a reminder, 3 o'clock on Fox. Which brings me to my next point before we talk about that. After Coda, and with the exception of Talladega, the remaining Cup races on this portion of the season until the 600 will be on FS1 after next week at Coda, except for Talladega. Fox will still have Talladega, but the remaining portion of the Fox schedule, in terms of race coverage, will be on FS1 following Coda, except for Talladega. I just want to set that little reminder for those will be coming next week and beyond. But it seems that all Dodge needs to do is to more or less get body approved, and they're good to go as far as signing up a new team for 2026 in the Truck Series. But it might be more difficult trying to get a Cup and Xfinity Series entry ready by 27, which is when they want to go back to the Cup Series. Now, personally, I love the idea of Dodge to come back. That's not the issue. My concern is that are they going to rush to return to NASCAR just to please, the race fans? Because if they don't got a good product, they're going to struggle in their first season, similar to what Toyota did back in 2007 in the Cup Series, for example. And I don't want that to happen again to Dodge. Whether it's 2027 or 2028 in Cup, or next year in the Truck Series, I want them to be as competitive as possible should they come back. Now for the Truck Series, it's virtually all about a done deal at this point, based on reports from the Athletic and whatnot. It just hasn't been confirmed officially yet. But when or if it does, I will be right back for a follow-up on Dodge. As for the Xfinity and Truck Series race yesterday, the truck race was overall was pretty good. Brad and Joey, probably one of the best things about the broadcast booth, with Jamie Lynn being okay at best. But ultimately, that finish between Stuart Frazier and Kyle Busch made it one of the closest Truck Series finishes in history of Atlanta. And that track has produced some great side-by-side finishes in the Truck Series for years. Now, there was a wreck during the third stage that took out a couple. There had 3 trucks involved in it, but otherwise, it was a relatively clean race. Although it's weird to have Todd Bodine be on pit road. But I think it's probably because they decided to drop the studio format altogether. I'm not 100% sure on that, though. But for what it is, the Truck Series broadcast wasn't bad per se, but I just hope that when they get to Vegas, they'll do something by making a permanent 3-person booth instead of having 2 regulars and one rotating each week. Thus far, the regulars seem to be Jimmy and Joey, with the other being swapped out for every race. We'll see, though, how Vegas will play out for the Truck Series. And, of course, Austin Hill, as Atlanta is home track and whatnot, pretty much dominated the Xfinity Series race yesterday as well. And despite a couple of wrecks towards the end of the race as well, including one on the last lap that did not produce a caution, ultimately it didn't matter since Hill went on to win the race anyway. Now, Anna brought up a good point at the end of the broadcast, and I do want to address that right quick. Essentially what he said was, it depends where the safety vehicles were on the track and how soon they can get there without being in the way of race traffic. And to an extent, I get it. But I think Jamie also had a good point as well, that we want consistency when it comes to officiating. So either you do throw cautions on the last lap going forward, or you don't. Plain and simple. But I get both sides of the argument in that regard. The only thing I ask for NASCAR is to be consistent. If you go throw a caution on the last lap, do it. If you're not, then say, okay, we can't do it for this situation or that situation. So that way, going forward, we know what to expect when it comes to cautions on the last lap. Because so far, from the officiating side of things, it's not too good. And I think, to be honest, it might be a little concerning going forward when we get to Talladega and the other tracks that aren't speedways per se. This could play a role for the remainder of the season going forward. And I hate for the officiating to get called back every week for a call that may or may not got him right. Because this can't continue. Plain and simple. Why not just have a rule in black and white saying, okay, we'll put caution on the last lap if this scenario plays out. If this scenario plays out, no caution. Why can't you just do that? And when I spread the word to the broadcasters, say at the start of stage 3, say that if the caution waves on the last lap, it only because of this. I think I can speak for all NASCAR fans at this point by saying we want consistency when it comes to officiating in the booth. When it comes to officiating. So that way not even the broadcasters can question it as well. Overall, the CW broadcast was good as well. And I think the trio of Parker, Jimmy, and Adam, at least so far, are arguably the best trio we have in NASCAR right now. Of course, we're waiting to see how Adam does with Steve and Dale for Charlotte for the Cup Series races. For the Cup Series, since apparently until then, Amazon's going to borrow Fox's broadcast team to do practice and qualifying there, which makes sense since they're not doing the races, since they'll still be there on Sunday. But it is awkward, to say the least, having Mike Joy doing double duty more or less to do practice and qualifying for Amazon. Again, to the 600, I might add, and then doing the race itself on Fox. And I do wonder if a similar deal is going to be made with NBC, having Lee and his crew do practice and qualifying from Iowa down to Phoenix, even though that's going to be on True TV and Max. But I suppose we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So to wrap things up for today, let's talk the Cup race in Atlanta. I still say Byron will go back-to-back today, but if he's going to do it, he's going to pass through a lot of Fords in order to do it. And the Fords are arguably, this is probably the best drafting type track as of late. But just because the Fords are fast qualifying doesn't necessarily mean they'll be fast on the race for the race itself. But I will say this, the Penske Fords will be tough to beat. In fact, last time we were there, it was Logano who got the win in Atlanta. And of course, the only Chevrolet in the field that cracked the top 10 was Kyle Busch. As you know, he won the truck race yesterday, so we'll have to wait and see how this will play out. from Kyle's point of view. And I do want to apologize for not uploading my videos as well, just that, with work and whatnot, I just haven't had a chance to upload these videos lately. So bear in mind, when I talk about certain days and time, they were as of when I made these videos, not when they're uploaded. I'll try to post them on the same day going forward, but I can't make any promises regarding that. But that will do it for now. I'll be back soon for a Cup recap, and we'll get ready for COTA next weekend, which will feature for the first time this season on the Xfinity Series side of things, Cup drivers. And we all know how touchy of a subject that is of late. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.